a young team gets some extra coaching up from their skipper before the first game of a very big series. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost, because any situation can be a teaching opportunity.
Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. This should be a fun battle to watch, and it'll take place right after this. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Catch made out there in right center as the runner will tag from second. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. Stepping in and ready for another shot, number 37. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hit hard up the middle, and that is through into center field for a one-out single.
Well, that's good hitting. 0-0. You want that fastball right where you're looking at it. Just take it right back at him. Nice swing.
Here's Rougned Odor now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Over to first, Cole, and late reactions, and they got him. Digging in for his second at-bat, Louis Malachy. 0 for 1 with a run batted in thus far. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field, and that'll hit off the ivy out there. Around second now, and this ball still hasn't been fielded. And he is into third with a leadoff triple.
And that's the chance you take when you lay out for.
Digging in to try it again. Number 37. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Here's a high pop-up. Blanco has a play, and he makes the catch for the second out. Ready once again, number 37. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Takes this the other way to right. Holds. Back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are Here's Chris Bryant now. A couple of singles for him in 4 trips for him this afternoon. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Had him off balance a bit as this is skied into short left center. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move.
And everyone on the team could finally breathe a little bit easier tonight. They finally snapped that 8-game losing.
Facing the divisional frontrunner, this underperforming team receives an appeal to change their fortunes. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some character in how they finish a rough season. A major league manager sometimes has to break unwanted news. This player learns he is being returned to the limbo that is AAA baseball. Whether it will be for a week, a month, or a year, he cannot know. A AAA locker room acknowledges a major leaguer who has been sent down for a tune-up. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. Having come to the end of the year's campaign, a manager shares a few parting words. Though they may have different styles of doing so, most MLB managers will have words to christen a new season before a team takes the field for their first game. Even more so at the highest level of play, the honing of fundamentals. A player's agent calls to touch base. An unresolved player concern is revisited.
MLB The Show has baseball from the Lone Star State as we get a look inside Globe Life Park. Tonight, Game 2 of this three-game series between the New York Mets and the Texas Rangers. It'll be fun watching these two go at it. It's next on the show. Trevor Bauer will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, he's had good success against left-handed hitters, hitting under 250 against him. When you're having that kind of success against the left-handers, you're going to be in a lot of games.
Hey, come on, baby. See it. Leading out for the Rangers. Right
now here's the
fielder,
pitch.
Number 35.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. HR, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matt, it's been a little bit of a struggle. 1-3 on the road trip. You never want to be in that position, but you try to pick up as many wins as you possibly can. That's why this game today is important.
Hinson is over to his left as he's ready once again. Donnell Mitchell 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Mitchell.
And there he goes towards second. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Racing back the right fielder. And this one is gone. A home run. Stepping in and ready for another shot. Number 35 comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Now he lifts a high pop up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Castaneda is over and he puts it away for the first out. Digging in the switch hitter, Kenny Vargas. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a double.
Hey, come on, we got to hold him right here.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Long run for the right fielder. He makes the play and that'll end the inning. Digging in once again, Dalton Pompey. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Pompey.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Number 35 is there and he'll bring this one in. Striding in once again, number 35. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Number 35.
Hard hit ball to second. That gets through and he'll start the inning off with a base hit.
I know it's getting late in the game, but that is a big leadoff hit. Maybe now they can start to close that gap.
Ready for another chance. Mariano Silva. Now the 0-1. That's popped up out towards short right field. Hinson moving to his left. 1 down. Ready for another shot now. Floyd Huddleston.
Third baseman.
The 1-2 pitch.
Huddleston.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. At the plate, Hitoki Nomura, and with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
Up next
In
for
is
the
Christian
Rangers,
Yelich. No
center fielder,
career numbers to talk about for this matchup.
Yelich.
Set. Here's the 3-1. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Well, it's obvious he wanted absolutely no part of the 3 or 4 hole hitters. But he's got to focus here because this kind of 5 hole is just as dangerous.
Whipple.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line in right. Hinson is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out.
Your attention, please.
Hobson will come on to pinch hit. And they did some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win, and this man led the charge. He's our top player of the game.
The final line score
Well, he
for our
blasted a
ballgame
couple
this
of balls
afternoon.
over the wall
First
in this
for the
one.
victorious
Really
Rangers.
put the guys on his
7
back.
runs on-
And
Afternoon baseball now from the heart of Texas and Globe Life Park in Arlington. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the New York Mets. Now batting, number 35, hitting a little over 250 coming into action in this one.
35.
Squared that one up just a little late. These Mets, Harold, as they take the field here today, fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but this will land foul shy of the wall. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. Another 0-2 coming. Skied into straightaway right. Casilla on the move. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Here's the 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Long run for the right fielder. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And he will scurry back to first as at the plate, number 35. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Looking for your
First offering on its way. Rips this one to first. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And the run will score from second to make this a 2-0 ball game. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given a chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just.
Meanwhile, now this is a fair ball down the line in left, and that ought to be good for extra bases. And the run will score from second as now it's a 3-0 game. Digging in to try it again. T.J. Rivera, 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
T.J. Rivera.
In the air now out to right field. Right fielder giving chase. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
Leading out for the
Digging
Rangers.
in and looking for more.
Right
Number
fielder,
35.
number
1 for 2 with a
35.
double on his line thus far. Line drive to center field. Hinson has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. 3-1 the final score this afternoon. Yohander Mendez with his 4th win this season. Craig Kimbrell records the save, his 21st of the year. So that'll just about do it.
An agent calls his client with an update. A young major leaguer is confronted with a role change. The player will accommodate the team's request and surely earn their appreciation. An agent checks in about a recent change. The player seems okay with his new role, at least for now. A major league manager sometimes has to break unwanted news. This player learns he is being returned to the limbo that is AAA baseball. Whether it will be for a week, a month, or a year, he cannot know. A AAA locker room acknowledges a major leaguer who has been sent down for a tune-up. Having neither seized nor sunk their season in the first half, this team is called on to turn up the heat. This week, these minor leaguers will have the eyes of the organization focused on them. Locked in a tight divisional race coming down the stretch, a manager looks to teach his young players about how to finish. A young team gets some extra coaching up from their skipper before the first game of a very big series. With the season's outcome coming down to a final series, a manager chooses his words carefully. Being in a hole in a minor league playoff series means an opportunity to teach young men about facing adversity. A skipper appeals to his players to demonstrate some character in how they finish a rough season. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. A strong campaign has ended on a bitter note. All eyes and ears turn to the skipper as he addresses his team at the outset of a new season's journey. A player's agent calls to touch base. The importance of fundamentals can never be overlooked. Even more so at the highest level of play, the honing of fundamentals must never be overlooked. This divisional leader is entering a series versus their closest competition. Players who find a way to turn it on when it most counts can electrify a team campaign and generate a sense of intrigue around themselves. A manager addresses his team before a pivotal series. After a hard end to a good season, a manager shares some final reflections with his team. An off-season check-in from a player's agent. This player is offered advice on contract matters. Hitting arbitration for the first time means having leverage for the first time. All eyes and ears turn to the skipper as he addresses his team at the outset of a new season's journey. A player's agent calls to touch base. A major league hitter is approached by one of his coaches. A major league manager sometimes has to break unwanted news. This player learns he is being returned to the limbo that is AAA baseball. Whether it will be for a week, a month, or a year, he cannot know. There's nothing more distinctly American than the great game of baseball. A team hovering around 500 is encouraged to assert themselves in the season's back half. A minor league manager puts his team on notice that the team brass are coming to town.